Happy Monday, everyone. I hope that if you see this video, that you had a restful weekend and that your week ahead is full of blessings and abundance. I am making this video today really for two reasons. The primary focus is to give a testimonial for some services I received lately that were life-changing. And the second the second reason is that I often share about my experiences, about my growth, because I believe that as humans, when we share what we've been through, it becomes a testimonial of our own healing. And you never know what you share that could save someone else or help someone else. So this is really a two-part message. Very brief overview of what brought me to working with this person. About a year ago, I was caught up in some very toxic situations. I was unhappy. I was running on stress. I was in, and I felt like I really couldn't get out of the situations that I was in. As things began to get worse, I see now that I believe that God was actually pulling me away from those situations, and I was still wanting to hold on to them, but there was so much conflict in that process, in that weeding out of things that were not intended for me. It got so bad that at one point I sincerely thought, I just want this to end. Within a week of having the darkest thoughts that I've had in my life, I ended up going to a retreat with a woman named Sayer. She's a medicine woman, and has become a beautiful, wonderful friend of mine, and another facilitator that I had not met at that retreat named Aniza. It was a plant medicine ceremony where I healed. I was nurtured, taken care of, loved on, cherished, and I healed. The healing that I experienced during this retreat was truly nothing short of a miracle. When I left there, I had this completely renewed idea of what is life, what is my life, and what is the universe all about. And to be honest, it was new and confusing, and I didn't even know where to go next. At the retreat, I stayed in, I had met Aniza, and she had talked to me about services that she offers called Into SoulWisdom. I had no idea what Into SoulWisdom was about or what to expect, but I felt very called to reach out to Aniza and began working with her, coming into the space of Into SoulWisdom, and to just kind of allow her to guide me through that process. And it was life-changing. Into SoulWisdom essentially guides you into answering the question for yourself that we all have. And if you don't realize that you have this question, you may not be cognizant of it, but you have it. It was the one question I think that was holding me back the most in my life that I didn't even know I needed to ask. And the question is, who am I? Who am I? Who are you? You are not your mistakes. You're not your actions. You're not your thoughts. You're not your decisions. You're not your name. You're not your past. You're not your family. You're not a brother, son, mother, daughter. You're none of that. That is not who you are. It was eye-opening and mind-blowing to realize that this one question is at the center of every person. Every soul wants to know, who am I? So I began this journey with Aniza, and I, again, did not know what to expect. I didn't know what the process looked like, but I just really moved forward with her, coming from a place of faith, of take my hand and I'll journey with you. We ended up working together in the space of Into SoulWisdom for about 6 months. And it was almost as if I took a quantum leap into another timeline. I went from the person that was in just sheer confusion and misery and questioning their existence to a person who operates on the frequency of love and compassion and self-love and understands boundaries. And abundance began to flow to me in a place, in a way that I can't even describe. Abundance of divine timing and protection and love. These kinds of things came into my life by simply embracing, understanding, and getting to know who am I. Why am I here? What am I to do? How am I to be of service to others? And that's a question that I'm going to continue to work on. I have some plans. I loved working with Aniza so much that she and I are already working on kind of the next level on this journey. She's an incredible leader. She is a great friend, and she's an extremely compassionate and intuitive person. So I think that this is only the beginning of what is a beautiful and fruitful partnership. But I just believe that if you are hearing this right now and you're still listening to this video and this has fallen upon your ears, then you're intended to hear it. I'm going to put some resources in the caption of this video so that you can reach out. There's no right or wrong person. There's no niche. If you feel that when you ask that question, who am I, that you want to journey further into that, I encourage you to call Aniza. I encourage you to begin working on answering that question, because once you discover who am I and what is my purpose, then you begin to discover, okay, what decisions do I need to get there? Who do I need to help? How am I intended to do God's work in this universe? And that's where satisfaction truly comes. I hope you all have a blessed week. Thank you again for listening, and I love you all. Call Aniza.